9 viewers so far. So I'm Danielle Knight. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We have a very exciting topic tonight. We're talking about green screens. And who better to talk about green screens than my two friends, Anita and Julie. They are the queens of green screen. So let's scream for green screens. All right, so that's a great way to kick it off. So we want you to get so excited. But Anita, do you have an announcement first before we get started?
Yes, I have an announcement. We are giving away a Do Ink app to 2 people tonight. We have codes to give to you. And if you leave comments throughout the Facebook Live, we will pick someone that is leaving comments and you will win a Do Ink green screen app. So we're super excited about that and would love to know how you dream to use green screen in your classroom. So make sure you comment during the live.
Okay, and we should probably remind people a few times during the Facebook Live to do this.
Yes.
Because we'll get that going. So before we go into what green screen is and everything, can you guys introduce yourselves? Tell everybody where you're from and what your backgrounds are.
Well, Julie, you want to go first?
Sure. Well, I'm Julie Smith, and I'm an elementary educational technology consultant from Saline, Michigan. And before I became a technology integrator, I taught 2nd, 3rd, and 5th grade. And I'm also the author of the blog, The Techie Teacher.
All right. And my name is Anita Goodwin, and I'm from Indiana. And I blog at Goodwinnovate. I'm a 2nd grade teacher, and I've been one-to-one iPads for 5 years now, and I love learning all about apps and integrating them into my classroom, and especially green screen.
And if you follow these guys, if you follow these guys on social media, you'll see some really awesome posts about green screen. And it gets me really excited when I see them. So that's why I was like, you know what? I really want you guys to come on with me. I think everybody needs to hear about what you guys are doing, because as teachers, if you could bring something cool like a green screen into your classroom, there's so many assessment opportunities, but you're also going to see your students have fun, communicate, and it's just like I think it's a positive, fun experience. And it's like you're sneaking in the learning, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And they love it.
And they love it, right? So Julie, what is a green screen?
Well, green screen is used as a backdrop in what we call chroma key photography. So anytime you're looking for an app or software that has the green screen capability, look for chroma key. And that's basically the process that replaces a solid colored background, so usually a green background or a blue background, from behind the subject of a photo or video. And it replaces it with a different background. That could be an image or even a video itself. So you have lots of options with what you can create and how you want it to look.
Okay.
You think that's good, Anita?
Yes,
definitely. Yeah. The elementary version. I work with elementary.
Yes, elementary version.
Okay, so
that's understandable.
So the chroma key is the part that sticks out for me. Because we're not talking about any green, are we?
No, pretty much it's a chroma key green, but there's different shades that sometimes work depending on what you're using. But chroma key is the main color that people use.
But we're going to get into that. And that you mentioned how classrooms. My experience is like I love movies as most people do, right? But like the movies my kids love to watch are like the Jurassic Park movies, and movies, where they have to run through a hilly, there's a field with like hills and stuff and the dinosaurs chasing them. That's a green screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely.
We're talking about classrooms or green screens.
Yes. And teachers are using it for the kids to create weather reports, story retelling, like historical reenactments. And there are even some teachers that are combining augmented reality with green screen, which is just making some really cool projects and learning come alive and make it visible for the kids.
Okay, so where are we going to begin? Like, can you talk about like what the equipment looks like? Like where are we going with, if I wanted to set this up on Monday, what am I doing?
Well, you can get equipment pretty much anywhere.
I
for the
have a little presentation with some. So you want me to pull that guy up?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you can show us where.
I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and we're going to take a look at some low budget options. All right. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
Okay. So there are lots of different options, and like anything else, there are pros and cons to everything. So one type of green screen that I own is a fabric sheet, and you can hang it up on like the pole rack that you see here. It also comes with clamps, so you could clamp the sheet onto a door frame or whatever you have in your classroom. And then the sheet comes down and pulls out so you can stand on top of it. And you can see my husband is building me a green screen stand out of PVC pipe. So mine's really large, and I like to use this kind of green screen when the kids are going to have their whole entire body in whatever they're creating, because they're standing on the green. If you're shooting the video camera or the iPad or whatever device you're using at the green screen itself, it's going to cover up their entire body, and their feet that might be standing on the ground, it's covered with the green. Does that make sense?
Totally, yes.
That's actually the first thing I started with in the classroom was the fabric, and I don't even have a stand for mine. I just have magnetic clips, and I have a magnetic whiteboard, and so I just clip it on the whiteboard for the kids, and they can stand in front of it.
Awesome.
So and then it folds away.
The only con with the fabric is that it wrinkles, and the wrinkles will cast shadows. And if anyone's ever tried green screen before, you know that light is your best friend. Shadows, they can really throw your creation off a bit. And we'll kind of demonstrate that.
So I've tried to do green screen here in my house. My issue has always been the shadows. Yeah. So like it will be perfect, and then all of a sudden like one area is not working, and that can get really tricky. So you said lighting, a smooth fabric. Now, this structure that your husband's putting together really is not complicated. So somebody that's looking at it, they might be like, oh my God, it is actually really simple.
And I can drop a link in the comments later with all of the pieces that we purchased, and I redesigned it in Google Drawings. So if anybody wants to create one, you can. But we're going to show you more options that aren't this difficult or not as professional, I guess you could say. And as far as lighting, Anita, I know you can speak to this. Just your fluorescent lights in your classroom are pretty good, right?
Yeah. We don't usually have any other extra lighting for the classroom. So, and sometimes we'll even, like I have 3 sets, sometimes we'll even turn a certain set off to get better lighting. That helps too, off or on.
Yep.
Cool.
All right, let's move on to the next one. This is a school that's right up the street from me. They took a hallway that they don't use often and painted it with, there is green screen paint, which you can see over here to the right, but that's very expensive. It's like 50 or 60 bucks a can, but you can buy the same color green at Home Depot. I think Sparkling Apple is one of them, but double check with the people working there.
You can, as I say, luscious green I use too. And you can also take, I take my phone that has the app on it, and then I just hold up the paint strips.
Match it.
Kind of like put it behind and see it, just test it with my actual doing app. So that's kind of.
It's great.
Right on the paint strip.
This is awesome because you don't have the wrinkles that you're dealing with. The lines, that's not an issue in the brick here. The only problem with this is you can't get the full body in unless you were to lay a green towel or tablecloth or something down on the floor.
I like that there's a bare paint option. That's right at Home Depot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I forget the other, my son's trying to peek in here. Okay. So
and the teachers that use this green screen, the student projects that come from it are perfect. I mean, you can't tell. You don't have any of the green around their bodies. It just works nicely. They have the lighting up above and then some natural light coming in from outside. All right. Then we've got this kind of green screen that you can just fold up and put into a closet. You don't have to deal with wrinkles from fabric. All of these things you can find on Amazon. And then Anita, you want to talk about this? This is your classroom.
Yeah, I actually this year decided we're going to do a bulletin board, and I have a table there right underneath it, and the kids can just even get right up on the table to film for their green screen projects, which they like that too, sitting on the table or stand on the table.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
That's cool.
So did you say that's fabric, or did you use?
No, that's just fabric. That is
Okay.
just fabric. And then the edges, we can erase on the Do Ink app too if those little borders show.
Okay.
Also, we use the trifold science boards. I like those because they can open up and fold away really easily. So we have some green ones of the green trifolds.
Where can I find the green trifold?
Like at United Teacher Supply Store, or even Walmart has some of them now, I think, the trifold
plastic
colors.
tablecloths. I was going to go to this one. That's what you're talking about,
Yeah,
right?
the trifold boards. Yeah.
That works too.
So even the plastic tablecloth.
Plastic tablecloth.
Why was I, because I own the green screen muslin cloth.
That's from Dollar Tree or Dollar General, Walmart. The dollar.
Excellent. I love that there's so many options. I didn't think there were. Okay.
And this guy on Twitter, Sean, he projects a solid green background on his smartboard. So if you have anything that can project, you don't even have to have an interactive board. Just have a projector that's shining up against a white surface. You can find that green, just Google green screen green or chroma key, and it'll pop up, and then you can project it and try and film there. So those are just a few options. And then these are Anita's ideas, and she has all of these wonderful ideas on her blog. If you want to speak to some of those.
Yeah, the mini green screens work really cool for Lego mini people. And we've done some of those with just pieces of fabric or pieces of felt that you can get from Walmart. I've gotten the sections that you get all cut in squares like for quilts, and we've used those pieces. This is like an Altoids tin that you can fold your fabric in there and then just like unfold it out when you're ready to use it.
That's brilliant. That is brilliant.
That's a mini green screen.
Yeah. We've also used Play-Doh, which is a fun background. You just get that green Play-Doh and you kind of mold a little background, and that works good for the mini Lego people too.
That's awesome. I love it. So then I guess the question comes to, well, there's so many different apps. There are all these different types of software. Which one should I use? And these are ones that I've used in the past with elementary students, and Do Ink by far is all of our favorite. So yes. I know it's just easy, it works, it's student friendly, and Anita's going to show you all the ins and outs of Do Ink. But if you have Macs at school, Photo Booth and iMovie have the capability for green screen. Windows computers, you've got Movie Maker. For the upper elementary kids, you've got Adobe Premiere. Chromebook users, and I know a lot of schools are moving to Chromebook. I've only used WeVideo. It's a subscription-based tool, and there is a free version, but the free version leaves a watermark and it does not have the chroma key feature. So you do have to buy the subscription for Chromebooks. And then Android apps. I don't know much about Android devices, so we're wondering if anybody tuning in has any insight on what Android apps are good for green screen. We'd love for you to let us know in the comments below.
I know I said the VScope, I think, is an app that does Android, but it was so complicated. That's why I just love Do Ink. I went to a session once on the VScope, and it's just not user-friendly for students so much, especially for younger students like elementary. So
awesome.
So on the Chromebook, I know we said that we weren't really that familiar with, but like, what are they using then? The camera on the Chromebook to film? Okay, that could be a little clunky. Awkward. Okay.
Absolutely. It's, if you have a tablet or a phone you can use, that just makes it so much easier. It's more portable, and you just can get all
more right. Yeah. Yeah, because then with the Chromebook you're dealing with like setting it up in a certain spot, and Yeah, that seems, I'm picturing that.
Yeah.
And then like the Android
Good
apps,
point.
that would be Google Play, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
So some Android apps are available on Chromebooks. It just depends on the type of Chromebook you have. You can download apps. Other Chromebooks, it's just web-based. They can only get to certain websites. And WeVideo is a website.
okay, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Something too that we haven't mentioned yet before Anita goes into the doing demonstration, it's really important that, you know, whoever's being filmed wears something that is not the color of the background. So if you have a green background, like if I have a green shirt on, if you were to film me against the green background and turn it into the green screen video or image, it would just look like my head's floating. So you have to be really careful with, you know, not having any colors on you that match whatever background you go with, whether that's green or blue.
We kind of use that to our advantage. The one girl wore a dress that was all green and we needed a ghost for our video. So
Yes.
we got her floating hands and head. It was kind of cool.
Or tell them about what you did with the gingerbread man. That was so cute too.
Oh, yeah, we used a slinky to kind of help it like move. We put it on a stick and kind of moved the green.
It was the green slinky.
And the kids kind of chased after it.
So you can see that's what was moving the. Yeah, that was so cute.
I think you put that on maybe your Instagram. Okay, so what are you holding, Anita? What do you have there?
This is what we use in my classroom to hold the iPads, and I highly recommend this. You can get any kind of tripods. Now, these are just cheap ones, and they expand, like the legs expand. But this is called a Griffith noodle, and we'll put a link in later to for this. And it just expands and goes like right on the corners of your iPad and holds that secure. So I love it because it expands to the Pro or the, you know, the different sizes, and it holds it right.
So unique. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I didn't see that till tonight for the first time. That's awesome. I've never seen that.
About how much is it, Anita?
I think those were around $20 for those. They're not too expensive. So I ended up getting a couple of them.
Awesome.
And you just keep them in your room?
Yeah, I just keep them right in my classroom.
Okay. Just in case I missed it, when a teacher wants to, okay, so like the bulletin board is stationary, that stays. If you guys were going to use like the PVC with the chroma key cloth over it, would you leave that up? You would take it down?
I probably wouldn't have room for it in my classroom. It'd be something.
Unless you have like a maker space or a STEM lab that has the room.
That would be nice.
It would be really nice, but no, the PVC pipe comes apart very easily. Then you have to make sure that you fold the fabric up nicely, and then maybe get a steamer out. You know, who has time for that in the classroom?
Right.
So
yeah, so for someone like myself, I think the bulletin board would be an awesome option. Okay, so Anita, do you want to do a demonstration?
Sure. So let me see if I can share my screen here.
Okay. Okay.
And so remember, you can enter to win a free Doing app.
Yes, make sure you're commenting. We have a couple to give away today.
Okay, so.
Okay, can you guys see this? Okay. So I'm just going to show you on my phone, and it's a little different on the iPad, but it's the same idea. It's it just set up a little different because of the phone shape. So I just opened up the Doing app, and when you first start, you just have to hit the plus up here in the corner to start a new project. And then you just tap create a new project. And then there's 3 layers. That's what I love about the Doing app, the 3 layers, because you can actually have your background layer, you could have a video, and you can actually have some other thing on top of it too. We mostly just use the 2 layers, but sometimes it's fun to add a 3rd layer in there. So I would select by just tapping the plus, and I can select an image. And then I'm going to go just kind of do a space background. I thought we were going to mention this too. Photos for classes where I got this image, and we can put a link in for that later. It's a great place to get free images for your classroom. And what's nice is they have at the bottom already the information that you need if you have to cite that photo where it came from for copyright issues. So you can cut that off if you want for your project, or you can leave it on. Sometimes we just zoom it out of there, but you at least know where you got the photo. So what's nice about the Do Ink app is you can just pinch and zoom on any layer you're on and just kind of arrange your background or the layer that you're working on with yourself or your video. So this is my space background that I got from Photos for Class website. And then I'm going to tap the plus for the second layer, and I'm going to get another image. This is where you can film a video or you can add a photo. I'm just going to show you a photo one here. And so I just actually, this is in my door outside my house, and you can see there, like the siding of my house is showing up, which I can erase that, but I'm just going to pick this one here. And then I tap use. So that's the other thing I love about Do Ink is you can actually just take this little mask tool that's down in the corner and you can erase. I'm just going to tap this little wand.
This is awesome.
A simple shape, you can just tap on it and the whole thing disappears. Since this has the lines, I'm going to use the eraser. I can just take my finger and erase, and this will be out of my screen. I'm going to tap done, and there I am. I'm in space. So.
And that's what's nice about doing too. You can move the image or the video anywhere on the screen.
And I can size myself really small or really big. And it's
this might be the best green screen app I've seen.
It is.
Yes, it is. It's perfect.
Why was that? You had no issue.
No. And then if you do want to, down here, you just notice what layer you're on. It's always red. Down here, you can actually, this is where you'd get your different colors. If you see how I'm sliding across, if I had blue, I would change it to blue down here. And then since I'm on the green, I just pick the green. And then there's also sensitivity you can change if you need, if there's a little bit of extra green, sometimes messing with that helps.
Oh.
But.
Okay, so Anita, your cloth behind you was not perfect.
No.
And it still worked. Awesome.
Yeah. And then you can save it here. If it's a video, that's where you would tap it. A lot of times people are using a lot of images here lately, I've been seeing, putting their themselves in front of a book cover or any kind of scene where you want to be. And then kids could actually type facts on that. You can put that in other projects too. So it's nice to sometimes have an image and all you just have to do is hit save and save your video or image right there. Yeah.
Nice.
So, and this is kind of the same setup that most other apps or software have, where you insert what you want as your background on the bottom and then drag in what you want to layer on top of it,
Right. So I don't know if people had questions or anything that you've been noticing in the comments that we could ask, but yeah, I just love Do Ink. It is just, I don't know, favorite app ever.
Yep.
So I don't have any live questions about the app.
Okay.
So it's DOINK, Do Ink app.
Mm-hmm.
We can find it in the iTunes store.
Yes.
You said that it does cost, I forget what
$4.99. I think
$4.99 is the price.
Okay.
But I think we got ours for volume pricing. If you buy it for schools, you can get volume pricing if you buy so many. I think it had the discount pricing. I'm pretty sure they have that.
And we're giving away 2 tonight.
Yeah, so be sure to comment so you can have a chance to win one.
Okay, and we're going to pick our winners tomorrow?
Yes,
sure.
Tomorrow.
Okay. Tomorrow, what did we say, 5 o'clock Eastern time?
Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. So this way somebody has it for the weekend, so next week they can start their planning.
Yes.
Okay, I love this app. I think this is going to be my new go-to. I think this is what I'm going to be using. I'm going to put myself on stage with like Pearl Jam, I think.
I can't wait to see that, Danielle.
Yeah, post that one. I'm using a Mac right now. I do not have a subscription to WeVideo, so I can't demonstrate that. But I don't know if there's anyone watching who'd be interested in seeing how to do this in iMovie. I can show it, or you could just Google it, whatever people want to do. Just let us know in the comments if you want a quick demo. I can show that real quickly. And that's a program that comes with Mac computers when you purchase them. Same with photo booth.
I know iMovie is really common with people just creating video in general.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do that now?
If you want me to.
Yeah, let's take a couple minutes. We'll do an iMovie demonstration, and then we'll get into the assessments, what we could be doing with the green screen in the classroom.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm going to pull up iMovie.
We like to put our green screen projects in iMovie too sometimes, and maybe add like background music or voiceovers and things too. So a lot of things you can do with your projects from green screen even.
Love it. All right, I'm just going to drag in a video just a stock video as my background. And then I'm going to pull in another video of myself in front of my green screen. And once again, I'm layering it on top. I am just going to drag this clip until you see me pop into the frame, and I'm going to drag it to the beginning. In iMovie, oh goodness, I need to move this down because all of the zoom.
Oh no.
Okay. In iMovie, to get to eliminate the green around your image or video, just come up here to this little layer icon. It looks like 2 rectangles and it says video overlay. And when you click on that, there's a drop down menu and it starts with cutaway. That's default there. Just click blue green screen or whatnot. But you can see that there's still some green there. If you have an image, you can just drag these little dots to, break away from all of the other exterior green. But I'm going to be moving in this video, so I don't want to go too close because I think I put my hand up in the air or something like that. So there's an eraser, just like what Anita showed in doing, and you can just click where you want it to go away. And then if I play, you can see I'm kind of standing in space here. The only thing with iMovie is
you're very cute.
I just erased myself.
Oh no, you're a ghost.
The thing is, you can't move yourself or resize yourself unless, and maybe someone out there knows a trick, but I have Googled this. I've asked many people. You have to do it by exporting something that you've already created. Let me delete this for you. I had to pull in a green color and then had to do picture within picture when I pulled in my video here. And this just shows you why doing is just the easiest way to go. And that same overlay tool, you have to do picture in picture, and then you have to resize it. It's hard. And then position yourself where you want it to go, export that, and then pull it in. So it's a little trickier. But if you're doing a talking head like how I am right now, you're fine. You don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I think doing's the way to go. iMovie's very simple too. But like I said, if you need to reposition, it's a little more tricky.
I like the doing.
Yeah.
But
yeah, why'd you guys put me with this? No,
this is cool because you know what? I could see a teacher using the iMovie for maybe something they're doing. It seems, I feel like in the Tech With Us group, I think we just read that a teacher was receiving Macs for her entire class.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of schools that have.
Yeah, so that was a great demo, and we actually got some love for that demo and the doing demo. But let's see, Aaron. Chad's here with us tonight.
Oh, hi, Chad.
And he says iMovie is king. Oh, Aaron has a really great question. Does doing do square video?
I don't think so, but you could crop it in another app. I think it just does the widescreen.
Okay.
Although you can drag, I shouldn't say that though, because you can drag your background into a square shape and then it would just have those extra things off the side. So when you put it into a square thing, it would cut that off.
But then you could crop it in your camera roll.
Right.
Okay. And will this work on the iPad iMovie app, what you just did, Julie?
I don't think it works on the app, just on the computer.
Okay.
A good question.
Okay.
Is Chad still in here? I can't see the comments.
Chad,
is there a way to make the person smaller and move them around the screen without the hack? like you can in doing? Let us know in the comments below.
He's probably still here.
I hope he is. Wish we could bring him on, like in Blab, how we could bring
He
people.
He said, I'm doing for green screen, iMovie for additional edits.
Sure.
Oh, okay, he meant to say do ink for a green screen, iMovie for additional edits. Interesting. Okay, so initially use the Do Ink app and then use okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we got 2 really great demos. You guys are already making me think about how I'm going to be using it actually here in my house.
Yeah.
Your boys would love doing stuff with it, I bet.
Yeah, Anita, I'm actually thinking about me.
Yeah. But they would like it too.
Oh yeah, they'll definitely like it. And I know the computer teacher, the tech teacher in their school would actually really love this too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're having some really cool conversation going about, let's see. Oh, Chad said no.
No hat. No.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk about, we talked about the setup, what apps to use. So like the teacher friendly part. So now let's talk about the student ready part. What are students doing with the green screen as far as like, what kind of assessments are we seeing? What kind of assignments are being given to kids to use the green screen? That makes sense.
Yeah, I've used it for a lot of different things. A lot of times we use it in science, and even it's cool because they can put like a video in their background, and they can have themselves talking in the foreground of their video in the background. So like on force of pushes and pulls, and they could demonstrate that. So for demonstrating, it's really good. We just did a volcano project where they took pictures of themselves in front of the volcano, and then they spoke some facts about volcanoes that they researched.
I love that.
So we've done it for a lot of things. We do it for writing too. They write up their own stories, and we do kind of class videos sometimes that way. That's a lot of fun too, to do a class project.
Publishing rather than rewriting your paper in an ink pen.
Oh, totally. Yeah. So being that you brought that up, are green screen assignments class-wide assignments, or are they usually choices? Like, do you guys usually say like, you can do this or do this? Or is it, we're all doing this?
It depends on the classroom that I go to. I see more teachers doing it as a choice, which makes me excited. But, you do have to teach your kids how to use it at some point. So that's a whole class lesson usually.
Okay.
I think it just depends on the situation. I don't know. Anita?
And we do both. We started out like kind of as a whole class assignments, and then have it as an option for different times when they're doing things.
Okay.
Other projects.
And okay, so when we say whole class projects, we're actually saying like small groups that we're working on them. So do you usually assign your students their small groups, or you let them team up with someone? Is it up to them?
Well, when we do it as a whole class, I kind of work with them in small groups, but certain people will film, and maybe we'll film certain sections if we do a whole movie, like a class movie.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah, it could be independent projects. It could be group projects. It just depends.
Okay. I love that. And how are you guys assessing? Are you using like a rubric checklist? Are you using rubrics? Like where could we go for that kind of information? Because I picture like a presentation rubric.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of do that as a presentation rubric, and see that they're, speaking clearly and loud so the audience can hear, and those kind of general presentation things that they need. And then also assessing if they have like facts that they were supposed to research, or whatever other information that they're supposed to put in their project.
And then how do they present their green screen to the class? Their green screen projects? Do they put them on a smartboard?
We save a lot of ours on Seesaw. They love that because their parents can see it. Then we just put it up on the screen we have AirPlay, and we play it in our classroom so they can share it with the rest of the class, and they love sharing them.
Oh, I would be so into that. Totally. That would be like a very fun class. Okay. Very fun. Stop. Oh my God. Okay, I'm so sorry. We're
You
gonna
can
have to,
also upload them to Flipgrid and share them with a wider audience, or combine the videos and iMovie, and then maybe upload it to YouTube or Vimeo and embed it on your blog. So then that's a wherever we are.
is there a green screen that removes kids or no? No.
Not yet.
I haven't figured that one
Not
out
yet.
yet.
Coming.
That's the next app. Okay.
Yeah.
So we need to go over there. All right. So we'll wrap it up with taking questions from our audience. Let's see if we have any questions. Okay. I'm sorry for the disruption. I will do my best to edit that out. While I go to the audience for questions, I want to just mention that the Facebook Live is available for immediate replay. We are looking for our viewers to enter our contest tonight, right?
Yes, 2 apps we're giving away, so you could be the lucky winner. 2 doing green screen apps.
Okay, so my friend Darlene had a question, and I'm referring to it. This is actually for Julie. Julie, my friend Darlene wants your husband's contact information so she can get him to come to her house and set up a green screen.
Oh, I will give it to you right away.
Oh, that's
You will
funny.
be right there.
Oh,
That's funny. She actually said that like right away. I was saving that
That's
to the end.
hilarious.
Okay, so
Oh, no.
okay, Chad had more great things to say about the Do Ink app. We have some members in the audience tonight talking about how they are waiting for. Oh yes, Sandy said the same thing. I want Julie's husband to make a green screen.
Okay.
He's going to be having a lot of jobs coming up.
We're gonna
Hire him out.
how to call them off.
Oh, so Diane just asked, how do you enter the giveaway? Anita, do you want to tell everybody again?
Yes, you can comment below. We're going to pick someone from the comments. So comment on the live and you can enter to win one of the codes for one of the apps.
Okay, and tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern time, we'll announce the winner. Actually, we'll do it in the comments.
Sounds good.
Okay. Let's see. Misty says, I had Subway give me all their green straws for my green screen apps. That's a great
Yes.
idea.
Subway straws are awesome.
Props.
Yeah, for little props, and they work good for Lego people too. Can tape
That's a
them.
really great idea. Working this week on book talks with the Do Ink apps. Kids are loving it.
Oh, fun.
Awesome. Heidi says, when I'm assessing, I also like to make sure they're including their content for whatever we are doing, like demonstrating their knowledge of curriculum content, additional presentation skills.
Yes.
Okay. So so she's assessing like a presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. Everyone's starting to say, thank you. Oh yeah, okay. Everybody, yeah, get your comments going. I'm really happy with our audience tonight. It's very exciting.
Great.
And the video, probably in the next 48 hours, I'll have it uploaded to YouTube. The Facebook Live is available immediately for replay. Julie and Anita are going to stick around and answer questions in the comments. And my son will not be answering questions in the comments. He's going to be answering to me when this is over. I was doing really good there for like 2 months of them not getting on camera, but he just couldn't handle it. He had to be on camera tonight.
So cute though.
Yes, he is.
Adorable, Julie. Yep. He is. Okay, so let's see. So you guys are gonna put links in the comments. You're gonna answer questions, and I can't thank you enough.
Sure.
Thanks for having us.
Everything, and I would love to come on again with you guys anytime you want to.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Thanks.
Okay, I'm also gonna have this formatted for my podcast, and yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. Next week I'm gonna be on again with Lindsay from Lit with Linz. She's gonna talk about Ed Puzzle.
Cool. Awesome.
Okay. And then I'm taking a little break for like a couple weeks to get some things done, and I'm presenting at a Teach Your Heart Out conference in March, so I got to focus on that. All right, thank you everybody. Have a good night.
All right, we'll see you. Thanks.
Don't forget to enter.
Yes, don't forget to enter.
Have a good one.